almost 1 o'clock on May 1st. That reminds me, I need to get a new bus pass. Need to get, just dropped the pen. Need to get a bus pass. I'm gonna make some rice and tofu to eat. I went to bed like after 3 p.m. I was like, okay, I'm not going to the gym. I was like, tired. I had a sex date with this guy who I had stopped talking to, and then I finally, one of the videos I did was, getting the courage to call him something like what's the title? I don't remember. Um, doing first time I've done this or something like this. I've never done this before, or getting over my fears or something like that. It was a few English videos ago, but anyways, it was a really nice time, and got home, and then of course it took a while to get to bed. I think because that was the second day that I did caffeine. So today I'm not on caffeine, but I got up at like 9 something. So I had about 6 hours sleep. And of course feeling bad, especially because I'm still trying to deal with my taxes. And now I keep getting emails, from the condo association that there's a portal with everything I owe and all that, and I'm trying to get my condo fees together. But if there's that stupid water leakage that they're trying to charge me for, like 15 grand, I'm gonna flip because I'm not ready to deal with that shit. But they're bullshit, so I don't know what to do. So I'm really like, they once tried to take out 15,000 from my account and I didn't have it, so I had to put a block on it. And I'm like, when are they going to take me to court? I can't get a lawyer because I don't have my taxes. It's that kind of bullshit that I can't deal with. You see, I'm kind of taking things and smelling. I'm like getting angry. But I do have to look at it and deal with one thing at a time. But I'm not dealing with that bullshit. I mean, I'm probably gonna look at it. I have to send out my condo fees because I haven't done that yet. I haven't transferred money and made the check, so I have to do that. So I have to look at that stupid portal that they did. Like, they keep changing the way they communicate. But I'm just not going to pay that, and they can go fuck themselves. But then I'm worried, like, okay, I already got a lien on my house from the government. What are these fucking mafia people gonna do? You know what I mean? They can fuck themselves. It's been several years. 3, I think. So, I just don't want to deal with that shit, but you could see how I need to. The worst case scenario is I guess I'm gonna have to pay it, but I have to get an income, and I'm like thinking, like, I even the equity in my condo, I won't have anything for if I need it, So there's that crap. With that being said, I began my day continuing to sew up the triangle bandage because I'm going to need to make a lot of these. I'm doing the third edge here, even though there's no, I pinned it yesterday. And I started to sew it by hand. The needle is still there. I gotta keep doing that. So this will be one. I need to make lots of them, keep making them. So it's gonna take me a while, but it's okay in the sense that I know I'm gonna be doing CPR courses for a long time, so it's something that's going to remain in me. So that's motivation to just keep going and doing this and building that up. And I called the Red Cross, well, the person who gives me contracts, and only 2 went through, and there were 5 that I picked, and there was one supposed to be for Friday. So she never answered back. She never answered back about the bill that I sent and all that stuff, and she doesn't seem to know anything. But I called her. I first started with an email, then I started with a second email, and then I finally decided to just call her. And so because I don't know what's going on, but I have an idea. And so Friday, there wasn't enough registered, so they canceled it. So that's kind of what I figured. And then the other dates also. So I got to remove that from my Bujo. Take my pencil here and remove those. So that's how they work. And then I mentioned about the bill that I sent, but I didn't hear anything from them. And she said it should be okay. I'm like, okay. So I'll let that go until I don't get any idea of what's going on. Then I'll call her again. Keep going like that and just keep calm. I mentioned on my last live, I think, and maybe I didn't. I never know. I just keep talking. Same thing with my the accountant. She finally that got settled. I think she had me call her yesterday from the gym, and saying that there's too many expenses for the years, 2017, 2018. Well, yeah, because I was using up all the money when my father died, and in businesses, and I wasn't making any money. I was bleeding money. That was kind of the start of, the borderline diagnosis and all that crap, and so I have to get out of that crap. And she's like, it'll be a red flag if you keep doing those expenses and all that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. You said you were going to bring it just to zero. Whatever offsets the balances. What else am I supposed to do? I need help, so I don't know what to do. I'm relying on you for help, but fuck it. Let's just keep moving forward, So there's that. But this guy yesterday, okay, he doesn't speak English or French, and I have to practice my Spanish to get better. And I was mentioning Meetup, and so I saw there was a couple of online Meetup courses, from Spanish to French, French to Spanish, that type of thing. But I had a good time with him, and I kind of like the situation. We'll see if he calls again. He's moving today. I think it was someone, I mentioned it to him, but there was a guy at the gym, the other gym I was going to, and I really liked. And I think he kind of nodded to me one day, but I don't think he remembers that. I don't, But it's like striking resemblance to him. And I know he didn't speak English or French, because there's people here who just come and they don't speak any languages, and they keep to themselves, and they're very shy, and that's how he is. But he was wearing the same color shirt, and I don't know. It's kind of cool. So far he's nice. I went to his place, and I guess I'll have to invite him here. Or maybe go to his place, because it's maybe easier for him instead of coming into where I live. He just meets me at the subway because he's far. And then I was like, oh no, I gotta pay to come back home from the subway because it's in different territory. And then when I was going back home, when you dropped me off, I did what everyone else did. I just passed through the turnstile, free. because apparently they don't do anything about it. Everyone does it because they're instructed not to do it, apparently, because I had a personal training client who had fired, but his brother worked in that field, and that's what he told me: to not instigate anything. To not instigate anything. Sorry, I was mumbling. And the people who work at the turnstiles and all that, they're all kind of like how I am right now. So, whatever. So that's cool. I'm coming home at like 9 at night and there's no one there. Just don't pay. Just, I gotta get better at going through the turnstiles. Because I find it difficult for me. Maybe it's because I'm too big. But you gotta kind of pull the turnstile back a bit, shimmy your way through, inconspicuous, and look like you're doing it okay. But I pull too much, and I think it's because my legs are too big. They can't go through that small space. So there's that. All right, feels good to talk a little bit. And I went over scans from CPR courses to organize them. You know, you got to keep your paperwork, especially since I got, that 1 year I got suspended. Whatever. Yeah. But when I taught my CPR course last Sunday, it's like it gave me good structure. I know, and I know this from even before my psychologist, who it's been a couple of years now that I don't deal with him, but before that, one of the first group therapy, kind of like Recovery International. But it was right before that, but it was the person leading was in that course, and then she started her own. So when I came back from Los Angeles, that was the first type of course I found. And the first thing that I retained from it is that you have to have structure. And I know that. And then I go back to certain things, and then it kind of settles into my habits. If it doesn't settle in right away, it goes in a few years later. When you need it again, you try it, and you're like, oh, it works this time. So that's why I'm trying to force myself to get out. I gotta plan what I'm gonna do. Probably gonna do just arms, but on a lighter note, to not fatigue myself. I'm stiff because I did, leg workout. Even though I still didn't even answer the guy for orderly work. The private client I had that I stopped because I kept injuring myself. So I have to write out the letter to him. So it was a relationship we had. And anyways, just get myself out, plan everything, structure myself. And that's it. When I saw on YouTube, the algorithms, man, they hear what I'm saying. I kind of starting more and more to believe that, but I kind of like that they send me stuff that I need on YouTube. And it's about just filling up my day. Oh, it was regarding eating, but in any case, just to structure myself, which is important, and to keep myself busy. I know that's going to be very important for me. The more and more I get, um, I gotta use this up. It's crap, but I gotta use it up. Prefer Isles paste more. It sticks better to my butthole. Anyways, tried this. This is like too expensive for what it is. It's Vaseline, but it's got like paraffin and it's thicker and ceramides and all that stuff. So it's a thicker thing to use for my lips. And on you a little bit. And if I want to use it on my dry areas, which are starting to heal up, I'm going on many tangents right now, you can see. So I'm stopping the glycolic acid because that makes everything blow up. And I'm even going to stop the benzoyl peroxide. So they're in the fridge, but I'm going to just keep with Differin. I have 4 of these. They're so small because I bought them in Canada. That's all they offer. Target doesn't deliver to Canada anymore, like before COVID. So the difference seems to work. So that's I'm gonna it's really hard because I have all these leftover bottles, of, but I'm gonna keep them in the fridge. And that's what's tough for me, letting go of certain things, just not be so rigid. All right.